What is going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Berman. Today, we are hitting the VGC Series 4 Regulation D Ranked Ladder with this Steely Spirit Berserker Gholdengo team. Before we begin, if you wouldn't mind liking, commenting, subscribing, helping this video reach more people, oh man, I sure would appreciate that. This video actually is going to feature more on that ENAMORUS set, although the Berserker Gholdengo is the base of the team. ENAMORUS, I thought it might be a cool set to try out using Power Herb, which does make fly happen on the first turn. I do have better ideas for how I might want this ENAMORUS set to be. However, I figure I release it to the world, see what you guys think first, although I'm sure I will impose my other ideas as this video goes on. If you didn't watch the other video using this team, go ahead and watch that. I do explain why I am not on Facecam. Oh no, you don't get my Facecam for this video. Plenty of other boring-looking white dudes playing Pokemon on YouTube. Go watch one of them if you're really all that upset about it. I will be back to the regular format next week. This is also going to be a post-commentary because I had to record these videos before I left my regular setup. But now I have a microphone and I'm going to watch the videos back. I don't remember what happens. I know that these are videos that I flagged as good battles. Like these battles are good battles, but I'm going to have to remember on the fly and probably criticize myself as we go. Again, like, comment, subscribe, help the video reach more people if you're excited. Apologies if this isn't your jam, this kind of setup, but again, we will be back to the regular setup soon. PokePaste, rental code, all that stuff in the description. Let's hop into some battles, shall we? All right, my opponent is running Rain. Rain. You're going to see I immediately lock in Murkrow there because I know I'm going to have to battle against not only their potential Tailwind, but also their Swift Swim user. I probably am thinking like Murkrow can stop the Tailwind on their side as well, so as long as I get mine up, I will be able to combat their Basculegion. At the very least, you're going to see me go Landorus. That's definitely so that I can be a Water Tera Landorus. Love Water Tera Lando. I'm thinking about Heatran, but I shouldn't go Heatran here. It's so hard to click Heatran against a Rain team, even if it would be nice against that Chien-Pao and immune to poison moves from the Overquill. But I got plenty of other steel types to bring here. I definitely am going to bring ENAMORUS. Ooh, I do end up bringing Heatran too. Interesting. ENAMORUS is really nice because it scares the Urshifus of the world. And the Power Herb Fly is no slouch in being a reason for that. So, yeah, we're going to see. Great trainer card for my opponent. Really like the... I don't know how they got their face to be like, you know, warped like that. Pretty funny. They're just going to lead Basculegion, Chien-Pao. I get Tailwind here no matter what. I'd be shocked if I don't go for it. I don't know what else I'd even click. So it's probably going to be a Tailwind for me. Let's see if I Tera Water turn 1, though. I sure do. I lock it in. I want damage. I mentioned some of this in the first video as well, but you might think that a team with 3 Steel types, it's not a great type matchup, but Steel is weak to Fire, Ground, and Fighting. And one of my Steel Pokemon is immune to Fire. One of my Steel Pokemon is immune to Fighting. And 3 of the other Pokemon on this team are Flying types, so Ground is not that big of an issue as well. And it makes Earthquake really, really nice because 2 of the Pokemon on this team, despite the fact that it is a Steel team, 2 of the Pokemon are immune to Earthquake. I wonder if my opponent's just going to try an Aqua Jet to kill the Murkrow here. It's nice that they Sucker Punch there. I am holding the Rocky Helmet, so that is going to break their Sash if they have it. And no, they're just going to Aqua Jet into Lando. They really wanted to try to get that kill. They thought they could, but they are still intimidated, so maybe they didn't factor that in. Without the Intimidate, though, I think that would have done it, despite the fact that I did resist that Aqua Jet, so that's pretty impressive. I'll bet they do catch people with that all the time, just going Water Tera turn 1 without the Rain support, but next to the Sword of Ruin. And that is phenomenal. I end up EQing straight through that Chen Pao and almost entirely through the Basque Legion. And now even Murkrow can pick up that kill. My guess here, what I'm immediately thinking now is Future Berm. Taunt the Pelipper, yup, and Rock Slide. Now, how would Future Berm know what Past Berm did? It's like we're the same freaking person, man. My opponent unless they're holding the Mental Herb, they're not getting this Tailwind up. Aqua Jet. Oh, into the Murkrow there? Maybe they didn't realize that, again, they're intimidated. They probably forgot that. They're actually going to die to, what was that, Life Orb damage? Recoil? Not bad. I'll single target Rock Slide, sure. But that didn't even half Murkrow, so... Oh, we missed the Rock Slide. Cool. And they just Hurricane. They weren't even trying to Tailwind. But they're going to take out Lando there. Yeah, Rock Slide would have been helpful there, I think. What do you think? It is interesting to see the giant disparity between the amount of damage they were able to deal through Protect to my Landorus turn 1, but then how little it did to the Murkrow just a turn later. ENAMORUS has emerged, and we have a one-turn fly here if I want to use it. Looks like I'm just going to double it in. They do not get Prankster Tailwind, so we will move first here no matter what. There's the fly. Let's pop a Power Herb there. Almost killing the Urshifu. Now here is where I will explain what I'd like to do with this ENAMORUS set. We didn't pick up the KO there, which is a huge bummer. We should kill there. So there's many ways to get attack boosts on the ENAMORUS, either by going for Superpower first, or even if your opponent just goes for an Intimidate, that would give you enough damage output there to kill in one shot. I think you can probably also EV it to just be able to kill Urshifus there. We're going to keep rolling into the next. I'm going to keep talking. Yeah. Break the magic. I think that the ENAMORUS can probably ditch Play Rough, weirdly, and grab Acrobatics as well, because you're always going to click Fly first. Acrobatics is then really good after you've used up the Power Herb, and Superpower and Fly cover all of the things you would click Play Rough on, right? Covers Dark types with the Superpower, and it covers fighting types with the flying moves. Anyway, that's just my thought process there. And I'd completely talked through that entire team intro, so I don't totally know what's going to happen here, but, you know, we're just going to keep it rolling. We're just going to keep it rolling. My opponent's going to leave with Gyarados and Chen Pao. And we're going to go Gholdengo and Berserker. Oh, I don't think I brought ENAMORUS to this game, right? Don't worry, it'll show up again. This is like a great lead for me, right? All I got to do is fake out that Chen Pao, and I'd probably just Thunderbolt here. I can either make it rain to kill the Chen Pao, or I can Thunderbolt to kill the Gyarados. And I'm just going with context clues here. I'm going to opt to kill the Gyarados. That's probably, you know this and I don't, because I wasn't paying attention to my own video. Do I have the Heatran and or the Landorus in the back? That would make sense as to why I would prioritize killing Gyarados there over Chen Pao. Here comes the Arcanine. What I also really love about this team is the Berserker set. It's an Impish Berserker, max defense and HP with an Assault Vest, so it's also specially bulky. Yeah, there's the Heatran. Heatran can deal with Chen Pao. Real nice. Ooh, nice. I'm going to get a U-turn off on the Chen Pao, too. Even if Berserker gets intimidated, as I was saying, you still have that foul play, and your Iron Head does so much damage through Steely Spirit that you don't really need that attack investment. It's a really cool to have like a support Mon. And look at it living that Flare Blitz. Absolute monster. It's really cool to have a support Mon that has 4 attacking moves. You know what I mean? Like, how often can you say, like, this Pokemon's here as a support Mon, primarily, and it's holding Assault Vest? That's usually some kind of sweeper or pivot, right? But it's not. It's mostly, I mean, it's pivot, and it does deal damage. It's kind of all in one. We're going to go for the Heat Wave here, and we're just going to get that T-Dub. Tried to catch the Flare Blitz with the Heatran, but they opted to go for Berserker. I don't blame them. Berserker is a beast, but it did mean that Berserker got real low. Nice that I'm able to preserve it, though, obviously, because I do get that Fake Out for later. We'll get the Tailwind up. We're going to go for the Heat Wave. Not going to clip that Chien-Pao just yet. And do just a little bit of chip to that Arcanine while we see the Flare Blitz into the Murkrow. And Murkrow's going to eat that up too. And I know that, again, I talked about this in the previous video. Murkrow's outclassed by Tornadus now, but it is really nice. Like, Murkrow is bulkier. I tend to want to run my Tornaduses with damage output, but Murkrow doesn't have to run that because, again, the foul play means that you're basing it on your opponent's sets, right? So you can invest as much as you want in that defense, and it just lives so much more. It's really nice. Foul play there. See, yeah, taking out the Arcanine. And the Heat Wave single target, of course. Gonna eliminate that Chien-Pao. My opponent is hurting. I think I still have all 4 Pokemon, right? Yeah. So they got whatever they got left is in real trouble. I got a Tailwind up. One of my Pokemon has Fake Out. It's the Fluttermane. 3 of my Pokemon are Steel types. My opponent is... It's a living nightmare for them. They're going to try and Tera. Try and do some kind of... Oh, right, and they go for Ghost Tera. Now, I opt to taunt them here because they might go for Trick Room or Calm or Substitute or something. I just didn't want to deal with that. And I knew that I would get the move off instead of, like, foul play there, which it's totally possible that Fluttermane would have outsped and just killed Murkrow there. So taunt is just sort of what I went for, is like I can guarantee this move even if it isn't going to deal any damage. And I know I have, like, cushion in the back. Flash Cannon, going to half health that one. Heat Wave coming up next. And now the foul play probably... Yeah, look, Murkrow is going to outspeed the Fluttermane, and the foul play does pick up the KO, because now it doesn't... It's not... You know, it's actually just full super effective. It's not also resisted by the Fairy typing, negating into just a, you know, ×1 effectiveness. Happy to see Murkrow actually do some stuff there, too. Good game to my opponent. All right, Nathaniel's coming at me with, a Gyarados and a Palafin. And the Meowscarada, which is fun. This is the Enamorus video, and I know I probably included this video because Enamorus has a really nice matchup here. I like seeing the Intimidator. We get a +1 if Enamorus is on the field when that Intimidator comes out. I see 3 Dark types, potentially. Unless they're running 3 Water types, which just doesn't seem likely. It's probably the case that that's a Dark Urshifu. So having my Fairy type is not bad for that either. And, yep, I'm thinking about it. Got to bring Enamorus here, dude. Berserker with the Gholdengo as the lead, but Enamorus in the back? Yeah. And that is interesting because I feel like more often than not, I'm bringing either Berserker or Enamorus. Berserker and Enamorus have no synergy together besides if, you want to switch on a ground move or a fighting move into my Steel type. Enamorus eats both of those things up. Then when I go for an ice move into my flying type, Berserker eats that up. So they do have some like nice type synergy, although it's not like one of them has Tailwind and Berserker fakes out to get the Tailwind up or anything like that. And the Steely Spirit doesn't help Enamorus at all. We are just going to fake out here. Do I go for the T-Bolt or do I go for the Make It Rain? I love it. Click on the Make It Rain. Steely Spirit boosted Make It Rain into 2 Pokemon that's not very effective against. I'm just like, let's do the strategy. Let's get this Steely Spirit boosted Make It Rain. I'm assuming that the Palafin's going to switch out or try and get out by some means. But they don't actually do that. And look how much damage that does. One more time there, and I'm getting those KOs. There's the flip turn. So actually, the Palafin is slower than my Gholdengo. That is not a speedy Palafin. And judging by the damage it did there, even in its citizen form, I feel like that thing's probably banded. And I don't know if I knew that while I was playing this game. I don't know if I clocked that. But since it's slow and it did a lot of damage there, I think they probably are banking on like a lot of jet punches in their future. I could be wrong. I also just love how these two look when they're on the field together. Just 2 golden steel types. It's really nice. And it is the water Urshifu. That's interesting. I didn't remember that. But it's good to know. A little bit of a tough spot here. I don't have Tailwind. But Make It Rain will do a lot. So it's sort of just like, do I switch out? I can't really switch out into those back 2 Pokemon because they're going to get hit by a water move right now. Kind of a tight spot. We're in a tight spot. I'm going to try and U-turn there. And do I Thunderbolt the water type? Yeah. Hey, I just outsped a Palafin when I shouldn't have, so maybe I can get this Thunderbolt off, but it is not to be so. What's really nice here, though, is that I can, if I choose to, I can U-turn now and come right back in for the fake out. Like if you know that they're going to target Gholdengo, which they so often do in this lead, and Gholdengo will likely go down, you can U-turn right into a fake out again on the next turn. It's Enamorus' time. I'm checking the speed to see, does Enamorus go before Landorus? It does. And yeah, we're going to go for that fake out again too. What I can probably do here is fake out the Thunderous so it can't like paralyze me or anything. Tera Grass to resist the Surging Strikes if they outspeed Enamorus, which I think Enamorus might naturally outspeed Urshifu. Let's see, though. There's the fake out. We did not Tera. We get the fly first. And we don't pick up that KO. Once again, not picking up the KO on the Urshifu. So there is an issue here with how I've built this Enamorus because it really does need to one-shot Urshifus with that fly. And I think I just need to invest a little bit more into attack and divest a little bit from speed. I like this set a lot, though, for its utility, and I think I also really like the idea of getting rid of Play Rough and putting Acrobatics in there. I think you'll likely see another Enamorus team from me soon in which I make those changes. I also got to take a look, though, at the speed tiers and see if divesting that speed to invest in the attack, does that screw me? Does that make me slower than things I need to outspeed? Because I think I'd actually have to make it Adamant Nature instead of Timid. Right now it's Jolly with max speed and max attack. I think I'd need to change that and make it Adamant with max speed, max attack, and that might make me slower than stuff I need to outspeed as Enamorus. Not totally sure, though. It really is just frustrating, though, that I can't get those one-shot KOs onto the Urshifus of the world. But here comes the Grass Tera. There's the superpower just to pick up that quick KO. And we are going to start boosting, my friends. Contrary, giving me the attack and the defense boost right there. While my opponent goes for Thunder into that Enamorus slot. Doing a good amount of damage, though. That's a little over a third, looks like. So that's a little spooky. It's a little spooky. My opponent has the Palafin in the back. They also have something I have not seen yet, and it's the Gyarados. They brought all 3 of their water types. Triple water team against my triple steel, triple flying team. Interesting to see. They went for the Intimidate there, which I like. Landorus doesn't like it so much. But we should have just gotten an attack boost there. For ENAMORUS. The T-Wave does come out. I knew it was coming eventually, so we are now in a bit of a sticky spot. Rock Slide is going to connect, so that will pick up the KO on the Thundurus there. Ice Fang's going to go into Landorus. Can't water Tera out of that one, buddy. And lo and behold, the full para. I'd have bopped that Gyarados there. So that is frustrating, because then right now what would happen is that it would be Berserker and ENAMORUS against Palafin, and Gyarados would be gone. And obviously I'm going to get a fake out here, and that would be really, really helpful as a way to take out the Palafin in this end game. But we're going to try again as I just fake out into the Gyarados slot. I don't want Gyarados to outspeed me, because we just saw it outspeed ENAMORUS by going into Landorus, and I know that it has the Ice Fang. And I don't know that they have a super effective move on the Palafin. Looking back, I think this is the wrong move. I think I need to fake out the Palafin. Because I do have a defense boost here. So I think that I could maybe take the risk that... I could take the risk that I'd live an Ice Fang and pick up the KO on Gyarados right here. What ends up happening there is that they close combat into Berserker. I think knowing that would have changed things for me too. Because the other thing I could have done there is fake out the Gyarados, go for the superpower right now into the Palafin. And if I pull that off, I would kill the Palafin. I'm at +2, right? I'd get a defense boost there. So if I use the superpower, I get the defense boost on top of that, and now Gyarados has to hit me at +2 defense with an Ice Fang. And, no, Berserker wouldn't be around in that scenario, because the close combat would have gone through. But close combat, the defense was dropped. Like, superpower would have killed that Palafin there, had I, assuming that I break through the paralysis. I get full parried there. I was going for a protect, and which was silly. I shouldn't have gone for protect there no matter what. Close combat's going to kill me anyway, so it doesn't totally matter. I needed to attack there. Yeah, frustrating turn of events. That full para does end me there, but also I think I still could have gotten away with that win if I'd done something differently. So, learning experience, but my opponent played really well. Good game. Hey, thanks so much for checking out this video. If you want to use this Steely Spirit Berserker, Gholdengo, Mega Rain, and Enamored, blah, 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 team for yourself, the rental code, PokePaste, full team breakdown, all in the description. Again, apologies if this wasn't your cup of tea. In the format department, we will be back to the regular format with my bright, shining face as soon as next week begins. But I do appreciate you watching this video as well, especially if you watched the first one already, because it means that you weren't bothered too much by the post-commentary. I did my best. I really, really didn't remember all that happened, so it did feel a little bit like I was watching and, doing commentary for like an actual match of strangers. So, we'll be back to the format, anyway. So, thanks for clicking on this video in the first place. Hit the buttons on the way out. And until next time, my name is Berm. See you later.